So we have 3D printed pigs on a shelf. How did this come about? Well, it started with a video from Pile of Stuff, and also a thought that had been kicking around in my mind for a while, that some of the electronics projects deserve to have 3D printed enclosures and bits and pieces stuck on the side. So I also looked at using Octoprint to do the monitoring, and that's running on an Orange Pi that was kicking around the place. So there it is there in its own 3D printed enclosure with a fan on the top to keep everything cool. And there were some modifications along the way. For instance, I didn't like the filament coming in from the top of the printer, so it's now coming in from the side. And as well, I added a little ESP32 camera module, which allows me to monitor the printing remotely, which is fantastic. So the end result is that Octoprint's running it, and then we've got this web server, this ESP32 web server, just sitting there, which can monitor as well visually what's going on. So have a little bit we'll have a little bit of a look at that first. So here it is, and this is actually a modified web server, so there's a lot of details on the blog about that modification and how to do it. So there's the flash from the LED, which allows you to actually see what's going on, and you can do streaming as well, so you can have a look at the printer actually in action to see what's going on, which is fantastic. There's the LED being doused and then being relit via the web server, which is really handy. And then you can choose what resolution you want as well, which is fantastic. Yeah, so overall pretty happy with the outcome. So I'll just go downstairs and have a look at the actual device in action. So this is the Creality Ender 3 version 2 inside its oversized container. You can still hear it, so I may end up dubbing this later, or I might be able to, in post-production, maybe get rid of the noise, because it's pretty much just white noise. So thank you, Pile of Stuff, for providing the inspiration for this one. And please don't buy a Mercedes soon. Yeah, so let's have a look inside. Now, I don't have great photography skills or the dampened pictures or anything like that, but let's have a look and see if you can actually see what's going on. This is actually an enclosure that I'm printing out for another project at the moment, and that's going fine. The G code is being fed through this cord, and that goes out the side. And on this side here is the little Orange Pi 0, which has got a little Wi-Fi antenna there, and that's connected up to a Wi-Fi extender down here in the garage. What else have we done? So originally the spool here was at the top, so it was up here, but I didn't like the angle, and also I needed the extra space because I'm going to put this up on a block of concrete with some damp vibrations. So I 3D printed this little guy, the blue guy, and his job is to make sure that spool is off to the side. It's a much better angle for feed as well, so it's been printing really well since then. And the last little thing is this guy, which is an ESP32 camera module inside its little housing there, and it's just being fed 5 volts, also via the cable, and then I can just log into it from wherever I am and monitor the printing. So yeah, great printer. Nice to see the Orange Pi 0 pressed into service and doing well. Such a cheap little unit for what you get. and also the ESP 32 cam as well. I think together the orange Pi Zero and the ESP cam or ESP32 camera is something like $20. So yeah, very good addition to this setup, and everything seems to be working pretty well. See you next time.